Yeah.
Yeah, they got it bumping.
Why bother lie when the truth is free? Illusions creating distorted reality, manifesting heart's desires, faith that anything is possible, probable. With God, I'm unstoppable. Can't deny denial. Life flowing through, living is a test of subscription, a lifetime trial. Only faith, no fanatics. Pay attention to the antics. Peace over power, panic. Design planned in fashion. What time? Nice job, dude. Oh yeah. Where's that go? Where's that go? Ooh. Rolling it, roll it up, dude, roll it up. Make that house, dude. Peace and blessings, my people. Peace and blessings. Hey man, we back in here with another one. Y'all already know what to do. Man, on the side of YouTube, we create content to inspire, to encourage, and to motivate the next to be great. Man, shout out to the brother Nubreed over there on Nubreed Global and Nubreed Universal Ent, man. He just had a conversation going on about pretty much the state of surveillance, topic about gang stalking. And I kind of just wanted to share my experience on that and let people know, hey, it's real out here. People definitely be out here taking data on you and using that data, hey, either to influence you, to persuade you, to pretty much try to predict your behavior in a certain way. And hey, you just really got to be aware in these days, man, for real. And so I just wanted to come through. I know it's kind of different than what I be doing on the channel. Y'all see, man, I ain't on screen. It's late night action. I'm gonna just go ahead and talk to y'all. So, I'm gonna share the brother video as well, just so y'all can get kind of like the back scene of the information that he provided. And I just want to build on top of that. You feel me? And really, family, as long as we got the Most High, as long as we surrounded out here, let's believe these wicked devices that they got out here are to no effect. Say, man, it's real. People will definitely be out here gang stalking or surveilling you to gather information. So I just wanted to start this stream off with sharing the brother content right swift. If y'all haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and share the video. Make sure y'all definitely support the brother's content as I share his video, and I just want to build on his topics that he got on point, man. Let's see here, give me 1 second as I bring it up. All right, here we go.
Loyalty. Freddie Fields, what's up? Life with Joan. Sean T, was good. I want to talk about gang stalking. The rabbit hole goes deep.
Facts.
Of course, I want to talk about solutions as well for targeted individuals, people who have been isolated from society, people dealing with this program where certain individuals come together collectively and begin to pretty much stalk one person. And it's usually because of social, political, or religious differences.
You hear that? Social, political, or religious differences, where these people pretty much try to surround you with cameras and surround you with people who just literally take notes on what you're doing, what you're saying, how you operating. And I can speak on this from experience and saying that I pretty much dealt with this in a fashion where I had people looking at my very goings. And I thought I was going crazy, man. I'm like, is this real life? What's going on? Like, why is this person, people literally following me? It was one person in particular that I can recall, one instant where around 2 years ago, I was staying in this apartment complex, and literally every morning, every day I woke up, I seen this person just pretty much standing outside, and I guess they were waiting for a taxi or an Uber or something. But then again, I'm smart, y'all. Like, we should be able to observe what's going on around us and make an inference. To say that this person was standing outside, I'm talking about for about 30 minutes to an hour before they ride even came. And it was like right outside my door. And I get it. I ain't really bug up on them or nothing, because I'm like, I stay in an apartment complex. I stay in like a community of apartments. So it's like, yeah, people are going to be standing outside. But for this person literally to be standing outside in front of my door, like looking, I would see this person and of course, I would say something to him like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And I would question, like, why are they here? Why are you standing outside? And you could, this day and age, we live in a time where you don't literally need to stand outside to see when your Uber or your taxi is coming. They can call you, or there's an app for that. Like, well, why? So, man, long story short, that ain't even the only instance I got of this surveillance or gang stalking. But this was just one of the first of my coming into my journey, being woke and aware of what's going on around me. Like, people are literally used out here to take data on when you're leaving your house, when you're coming into your house, what you're doing. And hey, people will really think you out here insane if you try to talk to a normal person and they not aware of the times that we living in. But let's keep on building on the brother, though. Hold on. We're going to go back to that.
And this is typically why this happens. And man, it's important to talk about this because, a lot of people don't want to believe this stuff is real. But I can assure you it's very real. And no matter how many surveillance agencies emerge, people still seem to ignore what's really going on and how people are losing freedom every day. I mean, you got so many agencies. I mean, surveillance.
And when he speak about the agencies, I literally seen the agencies. I seen the people who go around and drive this car, and all they literally do is stand in front of people's houses to say if there's a loud commotion going on or some disturbances. Say, we all got internet connections. So if you over here doing something on the internet, they're able to pinpoint exactly where you're at and send people right there to pick up on your signal or watch your lives. And man, it's crazy. It's crazy. I know certain people probably won't think it's real, but man, gang stalking is definitely on the rise right now. And obviously they do it for a reason, to be able to get us distracted on what our purpose is in this life and focused on them. Like, oh, why is this person following me around? What's going on? Because in the back of my head, I'm over here giving more attention to them than focusing on getting into the Most High's word, because I'm over here trying to figure out why they following me. But at the same time, I'm like, hold on. I got to understand that it's bigger than me trying to figure out what they're doing, but I need to figure out what I need to do in order to, live free, be fruitful, keep multiplying out here. They can't do nothing against you, especially if you over here walking in the faith, man. They literally can't touch you. All they could do is observe how you operate. And they could send people your way to try to get you out of character. And this is just a message to everybody who may be dealing with this. Hey, stay strong and keep your heart, keep your mind, keep your spirit guarded, because they will definitely try to sway you in a direction that is not beneficial. And these agencies, they come in a facade of, I used to stay in the community of apartments. So pretty much they had their own security. They had their own people, patrolling the place and whatnot. And well, you would think they would be there to protect the people. But at the end of the day, when I really needed them to be around and get some protecting, they ain't never there, but they always there to write some notes or file a report on something that's meaningless. But no, this was just me going through the time where, I was growing in my faith, and, everything around me was literally testing who I was.
Jobs are like done on snag a job. You understand? There's so many of these things out here that they don't even pay that much anymore. I mean, there's some of these surveillance agencies hiring people for 40K a year,
Mm.
To take pictures of individuals, conduct citizens watch. And it's amazing how they just do it right in the open, but that's what goes on. And then you have the more prominent.
Man, it's so blatant that I had somebody literally driving around in a car as I was walking on the street. They was going my speed as I was walking. I'm talking about driving 5 miles an hour as I was walking. I look at them, they'll look at me and smile. I'm like, what's to you, bro? What's, like, you ain't got nothing better to do with your time, nothing better to do with your day, just to drive 5 miles an hour and look at me, to the point where it must have had been for about 4-5 blocks. I'm just walking and this car just following me. I'm over here crossing the street, the car turning to the street where the intersection was, and then they turning around and then they still following me. And I'm questioning, like, what's really going on? What is life? Like, what am I doing? At this point in time in my life, I ain't even have a car. You feel me? I ain't had nothing. I literally lost everything. And then, I'm just, man, I was praying. I was in deep prayer, man. And it was one of those times where I just had to rely on the Most High. to be able to keep moving forward. And the brother had pointed out something. Nubreed had said something in his live about these jobs. Also, they're taking data on you. They're figuring out where you work at. They're figuring out what your behaviors are when you communicate. Some of your coworkers can be these people who are set in place to literally gang stalk you. And this is something that I've been experiencing, where you got to be careful who you talk to, because certain information that you relate to these people, they will try to use that to go back and tell other individuals about what you're doing, who you are, and try to use that against you. But then again, like I said, Most High definitely guards his people where they tactics are null and void.
Ones like COINTELPRO, you got Silent Dagger, you got all the ones that you know. And, you know, a lot of people don't know why these things exist. Are they really countering terrorism? Is that what it's really about?
You feel me?
I have this interview here from a former FBI agent who explains the whole terrorist watch list and how they even cultivate these lists. Because you would be surprised what will label you a terrorist these days, and you would be surprised what type of people are placed on these type of lists. And you know, we really got to get into it, man.
What labels you a terrorist in these days? And as we just unfolded from the state of being locked down, to say someone who goes against certain rules, mandates, and regulations can be deemed a terrorist by them spreading misinformation or misleading people with unknown facts, where it can be compromising to the government as a whole for someone who goes against these governmental properties.
I mean, and when I talk about gang stalking, man, I mean, this thing is highly sophisticated. I mean, everything that you think you know, you have no idea. I mean, the Department of Homeland Security, Secret Service, that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. It's a whole gang stalking program. And I'm talking about pretty much all of the departments within the United States, such as, you mean, the Diplomatic Security Service, DDS, DSS, you know, Department of Justice, the Marshal Services, Department of Defense, even the U.S. Treasury, Veterans Affairs, Department of Interior. I would even go as far as to say, ladies and gentlemen, even the Postal Service be in on this stuff.
They got all these departments, but can't find the real criminals, the real people out here creating dysfunction, and the real people out here. Hey, there are bigger problems that need to be solved, but to say that they are over here trying to solve these little problems with people who don't have the infrastructure or resources or even money to do as much evil as, let's say, the the family of the, what's that man's name called, the oil company man, the Rockefellers. Like, that's who they should be stalking. That's who they should be going after. That's who all these intelligent agencies should be analyzing their behavior and seeing if they're even behaving in a humane way. But man, it was just my experience with this so-called surveillance and gang stalking. It was a trippy one, because I'm looking at the people who were put in place to surveillance me. I'm like, why? I'm not doing anything to be surveilled. I'm not doing anything to pretty much bring about any attention. And why are you trying to figure out my way of walk? But then, hey, the picture definitely got a very bigger as things started to unfold, especially with the agenda is being rushed out, and certain people, they want everybody to be on one accord. I seen it on social media how it's like you got to be careful with what you post on these sites. You got to be careful with how you speak because it can be deemed hate. You got to be careful with literally everything, how you even look, because people will try to cancel you in a second. And so when I think about these surveillance companies or gang stalking, I literally see people who work for a certain agency that's trying to cancel certain voices in society because they want to have a advertise or propaganda image out on people so that they can have everybody on one accord. And y'all already know there's only two people in this world, in my belief, people who live here and have a purpose to continue life, and people whose purpose it is to follow after destruction. So, hey, my message is to the people who are here to have life continue. Stay guarded, be aware, stay conscious. How many of you actually look around you and really see people for who they are and not for just people, you know?
Even the postal service, because that's another way of collecting data and how they know how to send certain advertisement to certain homes, bro. Like, so it's a part of our society. It's
Man, and brother just hit on another topic right there. Sending certain advertisements to certain homes. When they surveil you, they know what your habits are. They know what you where you shop. They know what you get on every Friday. They know where you go. They be like, okay, all right, in order to successfully market something to somebody, you need to understand your target. So you have these certain people who are paid from companies to research and to look at what your habits are so they can advertise certain things to you. And you see that all the time on Facebook. You see that all the time on Instagram. You see that all the time, even on Google. Say that you're searching something up, like, hey, I'm searching up a couch. Next thing you know, you're getting couch ads on Facebook. Next thing you know, advertisement pop up on Instagram talking about, oh, I got couches for sale. And how's all this information known? Who, who is the one responsible for even advertising this to me? And that right there lets me know that people are definitely being surveillanced. And let's just get a complete overall understanding of what surveillance even means. And just after research, studying, Googling up on, surveillance literally means close observation of a suspected spy or criminal. So at the end of the day, when you have people over here watching you closely and observing your very goings, observing what you do at certain times, and you're wondering why, hey, they might think you're a spy. They might think you're up to no good. They want to monitor you. They want to make sure they keep their inspections up. They want to supervise you. And when we even talk about these jobs, you have supervisors that literally surveillance the coworkers. They are trying to observe what's going on within their workplace to see, hey, is this a good employee or is this a bad employee? Is this an employee that's here gonna progress our business, or is this employee going to, harm our business? And when I look at the United States of America is pretty much a business. It's ran off of making a product to produce a service, people being of service to market their talents, or in this case, market their products or steal products to be able to make a profit off of. But yeah, America is a business. So when you talk about being supervised, or there's some type of monitoring going on of the employees, which are the people who help the business run, this is definitely a real aspect. So gang stalking falls underneath that realm where, is this person in our society? Is this person in our community? Are they going to help our business run to this fullest capacity?
legit in the fiber of our society. But I don't like make these videos so people can be paranoid. Like I don't bring this out so you can be all fearful and whatnot. It actually should make you cleave closer to the creator, knowing that
Facts. I want to be able to reiterate that and say, when I see Brother Nubreed or any other brothers in the faith talk about these topics of gang stalking or being surveilled, is not to bring any anxiety or anxious thoughts, but to bring an awareness that, hey, we need to start cleaving unto the Most High even more, because He's the only one that could really protect us in these times. Because you have these people who obviously, when they sign up to work underneath these organizations, you got to know what spirit is really operating behind them. A monitoring spirit, a person whose purpose it is to watch. And is that something that is a real job? Is that something that someone who's righteous is going to be like, hey, I'm going to sign up to watch other people and take notes and go back to the master of the business and tell them exactly what they're doing? Because hey, that's my job. That's what I'm here to do. You have some people who literally, hey, they just want a job. So they don't really have no purpose outside getting money. And let's just keep it real. It's pretty easy. You don't really need to go outside of working in the sense of having some real type of talent or having a purpose in life if you can make money just sitting around watching people.
these people haven't taken you out because there's spiritual laws in place. But I'm gonna just tell y'all like this, man. You cannot just be a righteous person in society and know what's going on, be socially aware, and just live your life without somebody fucking with you. It's just not happening.
Hmm.
You
Facts. And just based off my experience in these past couple of years, there's been a lot of people who just try to get in my way, and I'll be looking at them, I'll be giving them that side eye, like, why? I had to stop asking why, and I just kept on asking Most High, hey, give unto me the resources, give unto me the ability, give unto me the knowledge, give unto me the insight to keep on moving on the straight and narrow. When you start giving attention to these people who are surveilling you, then that takes you off of your purpose, that takes you off of your path. And so many times these gang stalkers are put into place to be distractions, to pretty much delay you from your course of even spreading your message, because you over here all anxious, you over here pretty much, you're in fear of what they could possibly do. But to say, in all honesty, they can't do anything. Like Brother Reed said, there's spiritual laws. They can't operate and even try to harm you because of the Most High's will. Say if you ain't done fulfilling your purpose, they can't do nothing. And for your purpose to be aligned with the Most High, and for the Most High's purpose to be like, hey, I want you to continue to keep on living and spreading my message and walking grace in this world, best believe if they even try to do something, they're going against the Most High at that. So it's gonna be repercussions. They're gonna definitely get some backlash, but all they can do is take notes, take data, see what you're doing on a day in and day out basis, follow you around, and it don't even be discreet. It literally be blatant. And with my certain experiences that I had in this world, as far as this gang stalking go, people following you around in stores. I had one brother, I went to the grocery store. I'm over here just shopping around, getting my food and stuff. Literally, he's over here watching me. Like as I'm getting bread and getting honey, he's over here looking at me, and then he tries to approach me, and I'm like, dude, you just looking at me, and you just walking up to me, like go do something. But at the end of the day, I'm understanding, I'm comprehending what type of world we living in. And bro pretty much asked me like, "Hey, are you a Hebrew Israelite?" And I'm like, "Where did this even come from?" He's just like, "No, I see, you got your your bands on, you got, you wearing that shirt, your clothing is just different." I'm like, "What does that even have to do? Like, what?" I mean, first off, why you following me down every aisle? And so when you start really asking questions back to these people and they literally can't answer, that's how you know right there that it's a bigger picture, and they honestly don't even understand why they're doing it. I mean, would he tell me, "Hey, I'm just doing my job"? Then that'll really get me in the mindset of saying, "Okay, well, tell your boss this: the Most High is coming to reclaim His chosen people, and what you're doing right now, you're working for the devil." And so, honestly, these people who have these positions as being a person who is of surveillance, they're working for the devil. Because at the end of the day, the Most High is everywhere. The Most High is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. And so he don't really need nobody working for him, trying to watch nobody, because he sees all. So if you over here talking about, yeah, I'm working for a state of surveillance, I'm working for this company to take notes and take data on certain individuals who may be deemed controversial in society, you got to really question your purpose in life. And you got to really question who you're working for. 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, it ain't for the Most High, and it ain't righteous, because honestly, you could be doing something way better for your passion, for your purpose in this life, than to be watching somebody else.
Going to get messed with. You're going to get bothered. They're not going to let the chosen and the righteous just live happily ever after without somebody irritating them, bothering them, or what have you. It's just that's not how society works, bro. You living in a devil's world.
And they try so hard to be like, what can I do to set in front of these people? I see them over here smiling. I see them over here full of joy. I see them over here pretty much singing. What can we do to try to get them on the same level as us? And for the ones that's chosen, the ones that's anointed, the ones that have the Holy Spirit in them, and we're going to keep on thriving. And I just want my people to really be aware of these times, to know that we are under surveillance. And the more and more that this so-called AI, artificial intelligence, the more and more that that's rolled out, the more technology that's out on the streets. I mean, they really not gonna need people anymore, but it's gonna be robots watching you. You're still gonna be surveilled, and even with these social media platforms, that's another form of surveillance. In my eyes, I use social media as far as being able to gain some type of view of my progress in life. I use it as pretty much a diary, and where it lets me look at thoughts that I had years ago. As I post something on IG, hey, that's a memory that I ain't got computers with 1,000 terabytes to be able to save this content anywhere, but to say I can put it on this platform and it saves it, and I'm able to go back and look it up. But to say people use that information, people use your social media and take data and use it to pretty much advertise to you. But even in a dark sense, they might use it to distract you. They might use something that you looked up to be trying to advertise to you and have you in a sense where you're not even paying attention to your purpose anymore. And you over here scrolling for hours and hours. So, yeah, be aware, fam. Be aware.
You know, you get your peace when you gone. You get your peace in the afterlife. That's how it works for us. Um, because you were never supposed to learn the things you learned. And the fact that you can be influential makes you a threat. Everybody's supposed to be walking dead. Nobody's supposed to know anything. So it's like,
Man, the fact that you can be influential, the fact that you can influence people can be a threat. And as brother has stated earlier in his video, talking about the pretty much the agencies that are set up to surveil people, their agencies typically set up by the government to acknowledge a threat within the society. So, with that being said, many people view the chosen as a threat because we do have influence within our very society, within our communities, within the world, where, hey, we say something contrary to propaganda belief, it can have the masses thinking, it can have people behaving in a certain way that the higher ups technically didn't want us to behave as. And one of the instances that I can recall is going through that time where we had these rules, mandates, and regulations set upon us where, hey, they wanted everybody to be like, this is a safe choice to be able to go to these doctors and perform that deed. But then you got other people who are influencing and say, hey, don't go do that. don't go put that in your body. And when you have that, it can be very conflicting to the state, or let's just say the nation, or in better terms, the business of America. So really, I just wanted to come through and share my experience with that, build on the topic of what the brother Nubreed was talking about over there on Nubreed Universal Ent, and say, hey, it's real. The rabbit hole of gang stalking definitely gets deep. And just go tune into the brother channel. He definitely talks about some solutions as well, as far as being able to surround yourself with a community of like-minded people. Surround yourself in reality with God's chosen, so you don't have to deal with none of that. You ain't gonna have to deal with people who's out here operating, trying to take data and see how you behave, if they do that or this, because everybody's gonna be on their purpose. Everybody's gonna be moving in an effective manner to try to bring something better about in life, instead of having a time to be a nuisance. You feel me? So, man, I just wanted to come through, share my sentiments on that right swift, and just literally tell the people, be aware, family. We we definitely are in the times where the chosen are under heavy surveillance, and there seems to be a lot of constructs taking place where people, they don't know what to do. First things first, pray to the Most High. Second thing, hey, just thank Him. And lastly, just keep on striving. You feel me? I'm gonna go ahead and end y'all off with this vibe, man. Thanking the Lord. It's another day. I'm blessed to be able to wake up. Blessed to be able to sleep in peace. And say that I'm on one accord.
Yeah. I'm thanking the Lord, I'm thanking the Lord for all of the blessings. I'm learning that life is a lesson. I'm putting the work and no stressing. I'm thanking the Lord, I'm thanking the Lord for all of the blessings. I'm learning that life is a lesson. I'm putting the work and no stressing. I'm thanking the Lord, I'm thanking the Lord for all of the blessings. I'm learning that life is a lesson. I'm putting the work and no stressing. I'm thanking the Lord, I'm thanking the Lord for all of the blessings. I'm learning that life is a lesson. I put in the work and no stressing. Y'all has all the answers my question. Through the fire, your spirit is tested. Unscathed by the flames of faith fashion. The story told that's everlasting. It is the truth always outcasted. The proof will always be lasting. Practicing praying and fasting. Dominion and saying no demanding. The righteous will always be standing. The last shall be first, it was planned. The wicked shall kneel and be handing over the riches and rights of the land. With crown all are chosen as banding. A vision, bringing division, multiplying decision, subcision, the tearing of fabrics. A man on a mission, repairing the breach of the soul's incision. At the crossroads, make a decision. The leader is someone who serves and listens. All praises to Yah. The reason we risen, the promise was written. Don't need a petition, the word to fruition. Christ pays the tuition, grace is the commission. Under the condition, don't need a physician permission. Ain't no omission of history. The acts of derision, that question, suspicion. The message transmission, refer to the Christian, the published edition, the newest rendition. Surviving affliction, the truth is not fiction. It is tradition, decoding the Christian, the spirit transition, the top opposition. Yeah. I'm thanking the Lord, I'm thanking the Lord for all of the blessings. I'm learning that life is a lesson. I put in the work and no stressing. I'm thanking the Lord, I'm thanking the Lord for all of the blessings. I'm learning that life is a lesson. I put in the work and no stressing. I'm thanking the Lord, I'm thanking the Lord for all of the blessings. I'm learning that life is a lesson. I put in the work and no stressing. I'm thanking the Lord, I'm thanking the Lord for all of the blessings. I'm learning that life is a lesson. I put in the work and no stressing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Got it bumping.
Why bother lie when the truth is free? Illusions creating distorted reality, manifesting heart's desires, faith that anything is possible, probable. With God, I'm unstoppable. Can't deny denial. Life flowing through, living is a test of subscription, a lifetime trial. Only faith, no fanatics. Pay attention to the antics. Peace over power, panic. Design planned in fashion. Yeah.